Man, that hurt so bad, I almost knocked my arm off. Good grief, that hurt. Okay, we're definitely gonna have to have, let's get this set up right here. It's still a little wet. Hi, good morning. We're gonna talk about Mustangs on this Friday morning. There's a little smudge on there. Let's get y'all cleaned up. Man, I broke almost. I've got a missing camera lens on one of them's cracked, and one of them's good to go. I think we need to turn in an insurance claim. All right, Danny. We talked about Mustangs yesterday. Ooh, look at that toupee. Good thing I got my hair staples in. We talked about horses yesterday, but I went in a little bit more depth, and I didn't want to bore the other folk on the other one, so I figured we'd do it here. I got to get my stuff ready. Hang on, Danny, give me 1 second. You know me, I wasn't quite ready when I pressed the button. Hang on 1 second. All right. Danny, what's happening, my man? It's good to see you. Happy Friday. Just didn't want to go over there. All right, let's get into this. Anthony, Tony, what's happening, Tony? It's good to see you, Tony. We moved over here because we kind of talked about this a little bit yesterday, and I don't want to, you know, beat or use the same horse over and over again, but I'm not done talking about this. I'm not done, I told you. Buddy, I'm telling you, buddy, it's a different world these days. Let's get into it. Let's quit looking at my face and let's find out. Welcome in. Happy Friday to everybody. In case you're just now tuning in or you don't know what you have stumbled upon, welcome to Hobley Motorsports. My name's Casey, or Hobley. It depends on which personality you get. In the background back there, that is Ford of Murfreesboro in the great state of Tennessee in the United States. You don't have to run away. I'm not going to try to sell you anything. That is not my game. These nice, kind folks, they let me play with their cars, so we talk about them. The S650 Ford Mustang. How do I want to start this so we don't want to upset any folk? You should take a Cadillac converter. Flame, we could do that. I like the handle, dude. The handle's cool. All right, here's my question. This is not gonna turn into a beating or a bad talking session about the 5.0. It's gonna be more of like a praising session of the Ecoboost. Has Ford made that too good? Now think about that for just a second. First of all, I'm not gonna try to sell you either one of them. It's just a car conversation. Oh, it's got it like V8s. No, it has nothing to do with that. It's just, I'm gonna read you some stats and you're gonna be like, why would anybody buy the V8? I'm serious. Wait till I read you some numbers. Let's pop some hoods so we can see. I don't like talking about the stuff unless they're right here for us to be in front of. Yeah, Flame, I see you, brother. Welcome in, my man. There's the old twin snorkely, the old twin intake. Oh, look at the red, carmine red leather on this Ecoboost. Pop it right there. All right. Let's use this right here because it's dry. All right, welcome in. That is an Ecoboost Mustang. It's a 2025 model, or maybe 2026, but it's about the same power. You're talking about a 4-cylinder turbo, 2.3 liter. That has nothing in common with the old 2.3s. Matter of fact, it doesn't even have anything in common with the Mazda 2.3 that the S550 Ecoboost had in common. It's an entirely different engine. We learned this the other day. But anyway, so you're talking about what? 310 horsepower, 300 horsepower, 350 pound-feet of torque. It's been about the same number for a while now. Over here, the 4th generation of the Coyote, the 4th iteration of the V8. 480 horsepower. Let's see if it's got 486. Because maybe you know this and maybe you don't, but we'll have a little session. See right here on this horse right here? See, it's got 2 exhaust pipes on that side and it's got 2 on that side right there, which means it has active exhaust, which means when you open up all of its baffles and you let her start singing as loud as she'll sing, she puts out 486 horsepower. Now, that's crank horsepower. We're not at the wheels, okay? So 370 maybe at the wheels, 350. Anyway, that doesn't matter to me. I don't even know why I talked about that, but I did for some stupid reason. Danny, what are you doing? Thank you. Thanks, man. Danny's been with me for a very long time on several different platforms. Thank you, sir. Okay. What's the next stroke here? Here we go. Let's look at some power numbers. Now we know horsepower. Now let's do 0 to 60s. S650, sorry my handwriting sucks, but I had to write this down quick. That's why I was running late. GT S650 Mustang. So that guy right there in the flesh. If we were a good driver, we'd rip off 60 in 4.2 seconds. And we'd blow through the quarter mile in 12.5 seconds at 114 miles an hour. Now, if we was in this Ecoboost, this little four-cylinder, you know, this little one right here that everybody makes fun of, this little puny engine, you know, the engine that's not supposed to be under the hood of a Mustang? 4.5 seconds. And we're running 13.2 at 103 through the quarter. Now, let's address something in the room. 118 and 103. The V8 is obviously going to start getting faster. So if you like to try to run 150 and 200 miles an hour, the Ecoboost will not slick your husk. Because the 5.0, it keeps pulling and pulling and pulling and pulling and pulling. The 2.3, it runs out of air. But I have to be honest with you, after 100 miles an hour, I turn into a little pansy. I don't like going past 100, so I wouldn't even make it through the quarter mile in that 5.0. I've got a coos. Anyway, sorry, we're just having a little bit of fun. So anyway, there's 0 to 60 and quarter mile numbers. Now, Leo, what's happening, Leo? I'm still on this Ecoboost kick, man. I'm still singing the praises of the Ecoboost. Hey, Casey, I don't care what you say. No Mustang gets a four-cylinder. That ain't a Ford Mustang if it ain't got no V8 in it. Well, watch this. Let's get over here into my little numbers right here. Daddy, watch this. This is gonna rattle some folk. Let's go back to 1968. Let's look at a 428 Cobra jet. Hell, let's look at Bullett's car, 390. 0 to 60 in 5.0 to 6 seconds, which means the Ecoboost will whip its ass. Now let's go over to the quarter mile. 13 and a half at 106. 13.2 at 103. So the shitty Ecoboost just beat a 428 Cobra jet through the quota. I didn't say I could do that. I don't drive good. So you're gonna have to get these numbers. Somebody else put these numbers down. Somebody that knew how to drive. Now hang on, Casey, I don't care. Show me his GT500. It gets worse for the GT500, probably because of spinning. 6.8, 6.5, 14 seconds at over 100. Hang on, let's go on down just a little bit more. Let's go 1970. Boss 429, 5.3, 12.6 at 100. Now that was faster through the quarter because that V8, but you see what I'm saying? Look at these legends. The Boss 302, 14-second quarter mile, which means this car gets to the end of the track. You can light up a smoke. Put your feet up, you got time. You see what I'm saying? Casey, that doesn't count. You can't compare new cars to old. No. You can't say that a four-cylinder does not belong under the hood of a Mustang if the Mustang is outrunning legends. You see what I'm saying? Sorry, neither one of these cars are mine. I'm just singing the praises. I like the underdog. People have been making fun of this little engine for too long. I gotta take up the mantle and fight a fight for it. I love it. Hang on, let's go one more time. Hey, Casey, what about a Terminator? So what about a Terminator Cobra? 0 to 60, 4.5, 4.9, which means the Ecoboost is staring right side by side. 13.2 through the quota at 103. 12.9 to 13.4, which means if the person that's driving the Terminator doesn't know what they're doing, guess what? They're gonna lose. Because see, in this car, it's an automatic. In those cars, you had to have a manual. Because once upon a time, the manual was faster than the automatic. That's no longer true anymore either. Let's go over here and get a drink. I can feel the skeet build up in the corners of my mouth. Not to mention, I'm gonna read some of the comments. I can feel the heat. I can feel the hate coming in. It's okay. I told y'all, there's two sections in the car community that are the biggest koozies. Mustang owners and Chevy truck owners. Vagina. Anyway, let's get back to it. Do the Cobra. All right, L, let's do it. Let's see what the Cobra says. And if you think I made these numbers up, you're more than welcome to Google them. I promise I'm not. This doesn't make me happy. But I'll tell you what, the one thing that it does is it just proves a bunch of people wrong, and that does make me happy. I just don't like it. See, here's something else. You need the four-cylinder Mustang, because if it wasn't for the four-cylinder Mustang selling, there'd be no selling of the combustion Mustangs. But anyway, let's go back up here. Let's look at a 1995 SVT Cobra, which has 300 horsepower and 365 pound-feet of torque, which is essentially the same amount of power that puts out. This is 310 and 350, so we're 15 pound-feet of torque less. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, so if we lined up against the 1995 SVT Cobra, we would win 0 to 60, and we would beat it through the quota. Now, let's move on up to the 197 05, 4.6 and a 3-valve. We're still beating a 3-valve, but not by much. And then it all goes wrong in 2011. Because that's when the Coyote shows up. What I'm trying to say is, and I said this the other day, and followers of mine, you know I say this all the time, until the Coyote showed up, the Eco will dispatch anything else. All right, let's get Danny Page. You want to do a little red? Everybody's mad at me. They think I'm trashing the Mustang. It's the fact, man. I mean, there's a lot of tech in that little engine. Casey, it won't last as long as them V8s. Well, I'm not going to argue that. That's okay. But we're just talking about speed. Anyway, all right, my friend Danny Page, he'd like to hear this horse fire up. Let's give it a little bit. Danny, it's kind of cold. I pulled it over there from Mustang Row and pulled it here, so it's semi-cold start. But anyway, here we go. Yeah. Give it a little bit of the beans. It's not my car, but that might be, you know what, here's something else. That might be somebody's dream car. Like somebody buys that and it's sitting there in Thanksgiving and Christmas, and when their relatives come over, they're like, hey, come out in the garage, I want to show you something. Let me show you my new car. See, whether the internet makes fun of it or not, it's still a great car. But anyway, we'll let it warm up and then we'll let those pipes sing a little bit. Now, the Ecoboost doesn't make that kind of noise. There's a problem there, but I'll let you decide. Maybe a nice toaster. All right, do your best. I know. It does sound a little sickly. I mean, we have to have a little bit of fun. You can't, hey, did you know this? In case you didn't know, you can get active exhaust on an Ecoboost now. I think it's $1,300 option. Anyway, you can get active exhaust on the 502, but you can now do it on the Eco. If you're just now tuning in, welcome. Don't worry, I know we're at the car lot. He's gonna try to sell us something. No, I don't sell cars. That's Ford of Murfreesboro in the background. They let me play with their stuff. I swear to God, I'm not gonna try to sell it to you. But I am singing the praises of this 2.3. It's got some big testicles. Oh, I know, Matt. I know. The poor little Eco, I know. It just doesn't have it. While we're waiting them to warm up, let's at least look at the money. Because, in case you don't know, the Ford Mustang's not selling well. Oh God, Danny, I can feel the heat. In case you don't know, the Ford Mustang S650, it's not selling well. Matter of fact, that's the worst selling Ford Mustang in all of the land. Remember anybody old enough to remember the Ford Mustang 2? Ford Mustang 2 suck. Well, they sold way more than that car. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, matter of fact, the best selling Mustang is not either one of these. It's a Mach-E. Do you know what the Mach-E is? The electric horse. It's the #1 selling Mustang. Look at it, there's another carbon copy of the car we got over here. Bronze shoes. Anyway, the second best-selling Mustang is the 2.3-liter Ecoboost. And in last place, way down the line is the 5.0. And I'm gonna break it down for you. I'm gonna tell you why. I just showed you part of the reason why. Why spend the extra money? Wait till you see the difference in these stickers. Let's do it right now. Let's do it right now, because we're just going to talk about, okay, both of these cars are premium. So we got AC heated seats on both sides. We got air conditioning. We got bing, bada, boom. We got premium shoes and bing, bong. And we got halogen headlights. And it's premium, damn it. They're fully loaded and nice and precious. This Ecoboost is ringing in at a hefty $43,100. Now, let's come over here to this GT. Got the same seats, got the same door handles, got the same controls, got the same screens. The only difference is the engine and some brakes and some suspension. You know what I'm saying? But it's just running gear. Are you ready? Casey, how much is that? So, $59,000. I'm not making fun of the price. I'm a poor bastard, so that's way out of my price range. Matter of fact, that's out of my price range too. I'm more in the $5,000 to $6,000 range. But if you are better off in life than I am, then here's what you've got to see. 59 grand. $59,000. And right here is $43,000. So, in case you're just now tuning in and you got here a little bit late, here's some times that we got off the internet. The Ecoboost does the 0 to 60 run in 4.5 seconds and blows through the quarter at 13.2 at 103. The GT does it in 4.2 seconds and 12.5 at 114. So, yes, the GT is faster. 0.3 tenths of a second. 0.3 tenths. It's faster, Casey. It better be. Anyway, and then we're less than a second faster through the quota. Now, you run roll races in half times and half miles, you're going to get faster, but that's not what we're talking about. So what we're talking about here is we're talking 43 grand, 58 grand, $15,000 worth of difference. And the only difference that I see is right here. Now, let's take this one step further. Let's say we buy the Ecoboost and we take the $15,000 difference and we put it under the hood. Casey, that's not fair. You can't mod it, not mod that. Wait a minute. Yeah, you can, because we're just trying to get to the price of that car. You see what I'm saying? So we take this Ecoboost and we got $15K to play with it. Do you know there's Ecoboost making like 550 pound-feet of torque at the wheels, making 500 and 600 horsepower? All I'm saying is I own a V8 personally before. This guy, I don't know what I own one. Mine's of the Mopar variety. Oh man, are we seriously? How'd that happen? Is it muted? Are we back? Because I mean, we can go on, like I can cancel this and we'll go to the other platform. I'm not very good. We're good? Okay. I'm not good at, I suck at social media. All I'm good is running at the mouth. You know what I'm saying? Welcome in. All right, so we got good. I just got a base Vapor Blue, get with 12 miles, 40. Hey, one trick. Okay, hang on. Congratulations on your new car. That goes into something else I was gonna say, okay? Because I can already hear it. I'm afraid to turn this around now. Does my sound still work? Okay. So that car is 58, but it does have a lot of markdowns, making it 50. There's a brand new GT over there. It's a base model car for 43. So is 43,000 too expensive to ask for a brand new 5.0? I'm just asking a question. I'm being very serious. I'm not trying to sell it. If you're just now tuning in, welcome. We review cars. If you'd like to go through my page, check it out. We're all over the Southeast. But anyway, because that's the argument that I get. Casey, you can't tune those cars. Well, actually you can. Somebody cracked, I think it was a diesel shop, but they cracked the code on that. Ford's not real happy about it, but it don't matter. They got the code cracked. So you can tune the 5.0 now, but at 58 grand, that's kind of expensive, I'm not gonna lie. But at 43 grand, you know what I mean? Anyway, all right. I guess they've warmed up enough now. We've let these guys run for a few seconds because I don't like to give them the beans when they're cold. I think we should rev up the Ecoboost first, because if we do the GT, the Eco's just gonna really sound worse. You know what I mean? So we're gonna start with the Eco first. Welcome in. All right, I got them. All eyes are on you, baby. Show them what your 2.3-ness can do. We're gonna put it right here because it's been raining. Oh, look at that condensation. If you've never been at one of my rev ups, I guarantee you're gonna get wet. Let's move y'all a little bit closer. Oh, get ready. Danny Page, you're gonna be slopping. Here we go. Jen's get any wetness? There's a little spittle, but there ain't much. It's low spittle. It wasn't coming out with much velocity. Oh, baby. I'm sorry, honey. I had to let him hear you. I know that's not your strong suit. I know. All right. Let's turn off the Eco, because it's done what it needs to do. We'll come back and play with you in a minute, baby. All right, here we go. No name, get ready. I got a feeling you're gonna get sopping right here. We're gonna put you right behind these tips. And I'll tell you what, oh, it's got holes in there, which means the moisture will drip out through the holes. But anyway, we'll put it in loud, loud, loud exhaust so y'all can hear it. They spittle all over y'all. It comes out with more velocity. Oh, baby, you got them all wet. Give me just a minute here. I'm gonna have to wipe y'all off. Hang on just a second. You got some drippings all over you. Oh. Welcome back. The drippage has been wiped off. Oh, baby. Well, there it is. What do you pay $15,000 extra for between the Ecoboost and the 5.0? It's real simple. 0.3 of a second through 60 miles an hour, 0.7 of a second through the quota, and loud screamings. Anyway, that's really the truth, though. That's what we're talking about here this morning. See, the Mustang 5.0 is in trouble. Something's gonna have to be done. And now that everybody, let me tell you the reason why all this started. Over on this platform, Car Wow. Sorry I scream at you. I have a problem. Car Wow is a really cool channel here. They're from across the pond. His day at work must be amazing. But anyway, he raced an M2 competition versus a 5-liter Mustang. The Mustang lost 6 times in a row. 6 straight times. That's why we've started this competition. Is a V8 worth it anymore, or do you buy an inline six, a 4-cylinder, put a turbo or a couple of turbos? Just food for thought. All right. You're absolutely wrong. You don't get a 5.0. Huh? Okay. Great. I like being wrong. Just as long as you comment, I'll be wrong every time. Just comment frequently. I don't know what I said about the 5.0, but anyway. All right. Damn, I got blasted. No name, that's what I'm talking about. Got a little drippage on there. Anyway, I guess that's really the show that I've got for you today. Just kind of a little simple show. Just, what's up, Favis? Good to see you, my man. We just having a little fun. See, my wife is fixing to purchase an Ecoboost Mustang. I know it. I know it's coming. See, her season is over now. So I'll pull up one day and there'll be an Ecoboost in my driveway. So I'm getting ready for it myself. In case you think I'm like a 4-cylinder lover, I own a Hemi myself. But I'm telling you, if I was buying, I bought my car almost 2 years ago. I don't think if I was buying my car today, I would buy a V8. I think I would buy the 4-cylinder turbo. I mean, the Challenger doesn't come in that way, but I'm talking about if I was buying a new car now, I just don't think that I would worry about a V8 anymore. I think I would look for a 4-cylinder turbo. Ooh, Ace Ventura. Anybody that thought I had a hairpiece on, that should clear it up. Mod for Mod 5.0. Oh, I agree. Lander, I agree, but see, here's the thing though. You're 15 grand in the hole. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about money. The difference is right here. Your 15 grand difference. It's the same car, same equipment. Only difference is the engine. So we get to put 15 grand under the hood of that before we even touch that. You see what I'm saying? As far as money, as far as equivalence of money, you see, that was the whole argument. I'm not arguing that the 5.0 will not dust that Ecoboost. I would be dumb as fuck to argue and say that the Ecoboost will beat it. The Ecoboost might beat it if it fell out of a plane. But what I'm saying is dollar for dollar. But you don't have to look at me, look at the sales numbers. The Mustang's not selling because you don't need the V8 anymore. Anyway, all right. I get cars to drive to work to make money to fund my Roth and modify cars. I'm so proud of you. The warmth in my heart, fearless. I'm walking around like a pie right now, peg leg. I'm so proud and happy for you. I'm stoked for you, my man. That's great. No sound again? Oh, well. Hey, Hidalgo, I love it. All right, well, no sound again. Danny, I never understand why men try to prove themselves to other men online. Like you go watch videos of cars and people put the video of their car or a picture of their car in the comment section. Why? Are we that insecure? I mean, I'm one of y'all, I'm just asking. But I am proud of you because you have lots more money than I do. See, I'm a loser. So you could have like 50 cents in your pocket and be better than me. It's just the way it goes. All right. Something's up with this sound. I don't know. Where's the barbecue? There's probably a joint cooking something. Bro's ranting in a car lot. Yes! Just follow. But take that, Trails. Keep commenting. At least you didn't say I was trying to sell them. No V8, no Raid. All right, enough of this. Danny, I think I'm gonna go over and play on the other side now. Let's go over there. Y'all have a damn good Friday. Tomorrow morning, I don't know what car lot we'll be on in the morning. I think we should do GMC. We haven't gone over to the GMC lot in a long time. I think that's where we should go. Y'all wanna do that? I do like the 5.0, but Hidalgo, that's what I'm saying. I can't afford either one of those. Like, I can't afford any of them. But it's fun to think about it anyway. It's a good dream. All right. Ecoboost. Leo, probably... it says 22 and 33. Wow, 33? Let's see what the 5.0, I can't remember what the 5.0 gets. Where's your sticker, little buddy? 624. I will say this. I think if you had a manual, a 6-speed in that, I think you could do better if you were a good driver. If you were a good driver. All right. Do yourself a favor and sell them both and get a Camaro. Well, the problem is I don't sell either one of them. And let me go ahead and explain something to you, because you obviously don't know anything about me. I would rather have AIDS than own a Chevrolet. I would rather somebody put Vaseline all over the front of that truck right there and try to run it up my ass. I'm talking about sideways. And after we get that lodged in there, let's go for 2. Let's do a little DP action and throw that one in there too. Owning a Chevrolet makes me, whew. Well, I just proved, I mean, bring Andre the Giant. I'd rather, you know what I'm saying? No, Chevrolet. Anyway, y'all have a damn good day. I'll see you tomorrow morning. General Motors Chevrolet over in Murfreesboro. I think we need to go over there and grace them with our presence. Have a damn good day. Bye.